All right, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button and hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We've just witnessed what I've just been watching. Southampton away at the City Ground for Forest versus Southampton. It has ended Nottingham Forest 3, Southampton 2. And I have to be quite honest with you, I kind of predicted a 3-0 loss in this one, and the first half was going exactly how I kind of expected, although we did look pretty good actually. There were moments of goodness, but there were also the similar kind of moments of not such greatness. But get your comments in. Hello to everyone who's jumping in nice and early. Get your comments into the chat section, and like I said, we're going to be going through this briefly, but just going over all the kind of details. Afternoon, AD. Hope you're all doing well out there. So it ended Forest 3, Southampton 2. A couple of mistakes in the first half kind of put Forest out of sight, so to speak. But the most promising thing for me in this one was the fact that, when we made the substitutions, made the changes, and actually it was all right in this one, as opposed to away at United. Paul's in here with the comment straight away, which I totally agree with. Flynn Downs, Leslie proves he needs to start. Leslie Ugochukwu coming on for Flynn Downs and making all the difference in that midfield, and showing exactly why he needs to start. He's just a better option in midfield, if I'm completely honest with you. So lots of promise. A bit of a late show. I mean, how many times have we seen Southampton turn up late on and turn up the heat and get things going? But we had two late goals, one of which came off the foot of actually, I thought it was a Leslie Ugochukwu goal, but basically it bounced off the foot of Jan Bednarek, looping over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. And then in the 91st minute, it was Paul Onuachu from a corner. So a first Premier League goal for Paul Onuachu, so rather promising to see. But perhaps a little bit too little too late, unfortunately. So there were 12 minutes of stoppage time, 12 minutes, but it wasn't quite enough for Southampton to get anything from this. But we can take positives. I still believe we can take positives from this. Yes, we're still rock bottom of the table with 6 points. I hear you. But there are a lot of positives. But like I said, get your thoughts in the chat section. I'm going to be going through some of these. Obviously, if you're watching on replay as well, stick them in the comment section and we'll keep the conversation going that way. Louis in the chat. How are we doing, Louis? Big Les, Sulemana, Tall Paul need to start. If we have any big chance of beating Tabby's record, yes, I've given up on safety now. I think we've all given up on safety. It's just beating that 12 miles. We play like we did in the second half against second half today, and also a lot of the first half, to be honest with you. But the first 70 minutes away at United as well, we did look pretty good. We've got to be grinding out these things, but it's just all these little mistakes. I mean, how many times have we seen all these little mistakes which are costing us big time? Trying to play out. Were we trying to play out from the back? We got caught out of the back. But Forest were clinical. They didn't really have that many more chances than us. They were just prolific in front of goal and punished us when it mattered. So there we go. Ben here saying, why do we never play until we're out of the game or it hits 70 minutes? Yeah, absolutely. We were playing okay. But I hear you. We did turn up the heat, but certainly that away section was absolutely buzzing when that second goal went in. So, and actually when the first goal went in, we saw a little bit of promise there. So much easier to stomach the last two defeats when we show performance like that. Yeah, we've shown a bit about ourselves, and let's face it, if you go to the City Ground and score 2 goals, that's decent. I think most of us were kind of fearing the worst. Coming here from Jake, first half was pathetic, good fight in the second, but why can't we have that fight throughout the whole game? Yeah, it's tough to watch. It's tough to watch when it's like this. It's LA Rusty, how are we doing? It is time to finalise an 11. Ivan Jurek has been here long enough and has to be ruthless with transfers both in and out. Yes, I think it's kind of a little bit confusing where we've seen a bit of a mix-up in terms of who he's starting. Are the last two games close enough together to show that he was rotating? I don't know if he needed to rotate. I think the system that he plays requires players to be have a lot more energy. So whether he's thinking about sort of prolonging their abilities and really sort of help them fitness wise, I don't know whether that's going to come into play for it. But yeah, I'd like to see an 11 where we go, that's the 11 starting. I was a bit surprised that Sulemana wasn't starting today's game. Um, so maybe that was down to a fitness thing. I don't know. But when he came on, the good. And there was a moment also where Sulemana is tracking back. And, let's face it, we hadn't seen that. So it's all promising stuff. What we've got down here, Ben's coming again. Have to start with Big Les in midfield. Sulemana and Torpal up top. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. And also for the bulk of that game, we were still seeing Martin Ball not good enough. Whereas the heavy metal football we were promised. Yeah, I think where we got caught out the back, there was a lot of passing going on. That was it necessary? I don't know. I don't know. Will over here on TikTok. I'm live on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Like I said, I'm just going live for 5-10 minutes or so. So get your comments on the game in nice and fast. That Aribo header, only if it went in. I didn't mention that actually. There was a late header. Was it Aribo? I think it was Jan Bednarek that got that header actually, but it was cleared off the line by a Forest player and literally went over the goalkeeper, was going in at some speed as well, and it got booted off the line, which is as good of a goal for Nottingham Forest as I'm sure they'll be absolutely delighted that didn't go in. But that was a lot closer than I think we were thinking, but it's kind of disappointing that it was another late show. But our next fixture is at home against Newcastle United, who have just been beaten 4-1 at home by high-flying Bournemouth. Who knows? If we play like we did in the first 70 minutes against United, we keep that intensity up, it's promising. It's promising. I mean, we ought to be looking at that game as well. We've got to look at every game really and get as many points as we possibly can. But we'll be looking at a game with a lot more confidence now. Leo here again. I think he has to rotate so much at the moment as Martin seems to have left the squad very unfit. Seems Martin was too much of a friend than a manager. I think there's it's kind of like counter-attacking very quick. I mean, we're a lot quicker than we have been in manager. I haven't seen this much success in the final third in a few years, if I'm honest. I think we've got to go back to early days of Hasenhüttl when we've seen ourselves be that not prolific, because we're not scoring that many, but we are. There's a lot more energy up front, and we are going at teams, and we are getting the ball back in midfield, something that we haven't really seen in quite a while. So that is very, very promising to see. But yeah, I think we can be all rather pumped by that. But that is my overall thoughts on the game. A lot of promise, a lot of hope we can take from this. But we go on to the next fixture at home against Newcastle. But thanks so much for everyone for joining me in this live reaction show. Another comment here from Rusty. It's over. The full 90. I struggle to see us winning. If we're able to put a full game together, the points might start to flow. I just take three more wins. That's all we desperately need, and to beat that record is what we need to do. So there we go. But like I said, thanks so much for joining. Smash a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, but keep the conversation going in the chat section. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. All right.